Okay. Hello. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while. I think it's been like a month, maybe 3 weeks since I have uploaded anything. And everything that I did upload was my, like ride videos from when we went to Disneyland. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about that trip. So, if you follow me on TikTok, I did do, like a few TikToks about our trip, and I also, posted some ride videos on here, but I'm just going to tell you guys, like about, oops, I did not mean to do that, about the actual trip, because it was interesting. So, a while ago, the kids decided that for Christmas this year, they wanted to go to Disneyland. Oh. Originally, we were going to go, and my sister, like I wanted my sister to come, but that ended up not working out. So we decided that instead we would go to Disneyland for like 4 days, and then we would take the train up to where my sister lives, and visit her and my brother-in-law and their kids. So I planned this whole trip. I got Disneyland, I got the hotel, I got the park tickets, I made the park reservations, I got train tickets, I got airline tickets, whole thing. And this was months and months and months ago. And that was like, the kids' big Christmas present. We literally were leaving the day after Christmas. So, Christmas Day comes, and we're all excited. We have a ride to the airport. We have everything all set. Now, mind you, it had snowed massively here a couple days before Christmas. The kids got out of school, I think, on like the 19th. Or no, the 21st. They got out on the 21st. And it had snowed massively on like the I think like the night of the 22nd or something. And so when, I gotta quit jumping like that. So, oh my god, okay. I'm terrible at this game, just so we are super, super clear. No part of me is good at this game. Anyway, massive snowstorm. So, when, like, my last day of work, my coworkers were like, oh, hopefully the snowstorm doesn't stop your flight. And I'm like, no, of course it's not going to stop my flight. We're all good. Blah, 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 blah. The snowstorm's already going to be over by then. And it was. It had snowed a lot, but, like I said, it snowed on the 22nd and the 23rd. And by Christmas Eve, the roads weren't great on Christmas Eve. Like, my ex-husband ended up coming, like, he came here instead of having the kids come to him, because the roads, and he has a truck, so, the roads weren't wonderful, but it was still, it wasn't awful. So, anyway, long story short, well, actually, long story long, because I'm going to tell you guys a long story, that's the point of this video. Christmas Day comes, the kids open their presents, all that stuff, everybody's all excited, I'm making sure everything's all packed, and then we go to, my friend's house for Christmas dinner, and she's the one who was taking us to the airport, and, everything, we were, like, discussing what time we should leave and all that kind of stuff. Like, we were getting to the airport kind of early, simply because our flight was at like 5 a.m. and I didn't want her to have to leave and take us at like 3 a.m. So I was willing to go at like midnight or 1 a.m. and just, be at the airport kind of a long time, no big deal. We had a layover. Our flight was supposed to go from Detroit, and we had a layover in Philadelphia, and then straight on to Los Angeles. And, son of a bitch. And so we're sitting at her house, having Christmas dinner, and I get a text that my flight is canceled. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? You know, I'm kind of freaking out. And like, it's giving me all these different options, but like, they were all rebook. And I'm like, okay, when can I rebook? The soonest that they can get me is Thursday. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that cuts out our entire Disneyland trip. But I was like, you know, and so like I'm talking to kids and they're like, you know, that part sucks, but as long as we can still go see Aunt Holly, you know, whatever, that's fine. And meanwhile, I'm like freaking out in my group chat with all my sisters about, you know, this flight being canceled and all this stuff, and it's just not a good time. It was terrible. And so we I was like, okay, you know what, forget it, I'll just rebook for Thursday. That really sucks that it, you know, it's gonna cut out my entire Disneyland trip, but at least we'll still make it in time to catch the train to go, you know, up to Northern California to see my sister and brother-in-law. And sorry. And so we decide to do that, and I go on there to go book. That flight's completely sold out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, just, ugh, why is this happening? So then I'm even more upset because now we can't even make it to Folsom. Now that the next flight that they can get us is Friday, which is not going to give us enough time to catch our flight to go see my sister. So now I'm like really mad. I'm like, what is this shit? So everybody's telling me that I should just try to go to the airport anyway and see if I can get on another flight. And I'm like, okay, you know what? At this point, why not? Worst comes to worst, we have to sit in the airport for a few hours and then go back home and be miserable for the next 9 days that we're not on our trip. It would have sucked, but, you know, what are you going to do? So, we decide that she's going to... Who was her? Try not to sneeze. So we decide that that's what's going to happen. She's going to pick us up at midnight and we're just going to do it. So then she asked, or maybe it was 1 a.m. So then she asked if she can do midnight or 11 or something like that. Whatever it is, it ended up being like early. Like, yeah, I think it was 11 because I think we ended up getting at the airport at midnight. Getting to the airport at midnight. So she asked if she can pick us up early like that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Meanwhile, I'm tweeting at Spirit Airlines because that was who canceled my flight, was Spirit Airlines. And I almost flew Delta. And I was like, no, I want to save the extra money. You know, I want to, you know, have this little bit of savings. It was like $1,000 difference. I wanted to have that, you know, for like souvenirs and stuff for our trip. And, so I had tweeted at Spirit Airlines. I had Spirit Airlines, like chat on hold, like text message chat or whatever, on hold on my phone. And then I also was on the phone with them. And meanwhile, I'm like getting everything packed, making sure we have everything, even though in my mind, this is not going to work and we're not going to make a flight. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm still getting everything ready. You know, I'm basically planning for a trip that I genuinely don't think is going to happen. And so my friend comes and picks me and the kids up. And we have all of our stuff. We have our suitcases packed, you know, everything. And meanwhile, I'm still on hold with this flight. So we are, oh God. So we are probably 20 minutes into this drive to the airport. And I'm finally not on hold. And this lady comes on and I explain to her what's happening. And she says, okay, you know, let me look into that for you. And she comes back on and she says, I have another flight that I'm trying to get you on, but you guys will not be able to all sit together. And I'm like, girl, I don't care. Put us in with the luggage. Just, if we're on a flight, I'm happy. So I'm not saying a word to the kids. I'm not saying a word to the lady driving me. I'm not saying a word to anybody. I'm just like, we're just going to be quiet because we don't want to jinx this. And so, oh, and by the way, it starts snowing like a bitch when we leave this house, like when, you know, on our way to the airport. And I'm over here thinking, at this point, I just want to go home. I'm tired. We barely slept, the night before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, or I barely slept, I should say. The kids slept fine, I'm sure. And then now, we didn't sleep at all since waking up on Christmas morning. And then, at this point, it's 11:30 at night, and we're on our way to the airport, where we're probably going to have to sit for God knows how long. So anyway, I was about ready to tell her, just take me home, I'm done. I don't care. California can wait. But I didn't. I, stuck it out, kept going. And so we're on the expressway, and we're heading towards Detroit to the airport. And this woman comes on, and she tells me that she got me on this new flight that leaves at 7:30 in the morning. And then, she does her little spiel about how it could still get canceled because you never know what's going to happen, and yada, yada, yada. And, we can't all sit together, and, and I'm like, I don't care. Thank you. Like, I love you. You are my new hero. This is a Christmas miracle, basically. And all I could think is that the flight, because our weather was fine. I mean, it snowed a little bit. Like I said, it started snowing like a bitch when we were first leaving my town. But by the time we're on the expressway, the roads are clear. Everything's fine. It wasn't snowing anymore. It wasn't snowing, near Detroit. Nothing like that. So I'm assuming, my thought was that they probably canceled the flight because of the leg to Philadelphia, because it was like the storm that had just hit us was now in Philadelphia, or that side, it had gone past us and was now headed that way. So I'm guessing that's why, because the new flight that we got was a direct flight straight to Los Angeles. So we get to the airport, and it is midnight, and our flight does not leave until 7:30 in the morning. And I'm like, that's fine, whatever, we'll just, check our bags, go through security real quick, and then we can just go sit at the terminal and, fall asleep, or maybe find something that's open that has some coffee or something, whatever. I just wanted coffee. I don't think the kids cared about coffee, but God, I wanted coffee so bad. Wait till you hear about my coffee problem on this trip. Oh, let me tell you. So anyway, so we go to go check our bags, and we discovered that the Spirit terminal is not open, and does not open until anywhere from 3 to 4 in the morning. The person, the cleaning person, wasn't 100% sure which it was. And I was like, oh, well, that's not the greatest news I've ever heard, but okay, whatever. It is what it is. So we go to, we just go sit on these benches. Well, right about 2:45, some guy started lining up for some reason. And I was like, okay, we're lining up. Let's do this. All right. Hold on one second, actually. Okay, sorry, I just had to check something. Anyway, so we, somebody starts lining up, some dude just started lining up, and I was like, you know what, kids, you wait right here. We are just going to, go ahead and not worry one bit about that. No, what am I saying? I told the kids to stay put, and I would, and I told the kids to wait there, and I would wait in line, because I didn't know how long it was going to be. If they started at, if this place opened at 4 o'clock in the morning, then we were going to be standing there for well over an hour, and I did not want my kids to have to stand there for an hour. So, anyway, it ended up that they opened at 3, and the people started coming out at 10 to, so it was perfect. I really was only in line for a few minutes. And then we were able to check our bags real quick. And so, by the way, this was, 2 and almost 3 hours that we're sitting here waiting. And, come on. Shit. Anyway, so then we, are you kidding me right now? Anyway, so then we go to, we check the bags real quick, and then we go through security, which, only took a minute or two, because, because we were one of the first few in line at the security checkpoint at that point, and there weren't that many people, so it went very, very fast. And so we did that, and we got to like the gate area or whatever. Oop. And then we were like, okay, maybe we can go find some food or something to drink, whatever. Yeah, nothing was open. Nothing at all. I think there was like a little like store that was open, so like we all went and got like waters or whatever it was that we got to drink. I think I got a tea, because they might not have had tea actually. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We all got a drink. And then we just went and sat down at our gate, and the kids kind of dozed on and off, like we had our neck pillows and stuff, and I basically spent the entire time just staring at the board, praying that the flight never switched to canceled, or like even delayed would have been fine. We wouldn't have cared if the flight was delayed. That's not that big of a deal. But like the whole entire time until like they started boarding us, all I could think is, oh my gosh, if this flight switches to canceled, I don't even know what I would have done at that point. Probably just curled up into a ball and cried, or moved into the airport. But I'm going to end the video here by telling you guys the flight never switched to canceled. We got on it. We took off. We went to California. And in the next video, I'll tell you about our trip. I guess we'll start with the first day, our arrival day, and how that went. And then we'll carry on. So, anyway, thanks for staying patient with me, for not, by the way, I tried strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. It's kind of weird. It smells weird. I don't know about it. It's kind of strange. Anyway, thank you for being patient with me, my terrible upload schedule, and I will be back soon. Well, I'll be back tomorrow actually, and I will tell you guys about our arrival day in California. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.